Welcome back, guys. Hope you've had a wonderful week so far. And let's have a wonderful month up ahead. That takes us to the topic of this video. We can see VTubers show support for men, gets called a grifter for it. So women can't show support for men now without being accused of grifting. Screenshots including tweets from VTuber Banana Juju saying it is Men's Mental Health Month. But there's more to it than that. Let's hop over to the tweets themselves that got some people angry at Banana Juju, calling her a grifter for this stuff. That sure is an overused word, isn't it? It has been for years, actually, and even more so lately. So yeah, let's take a look at the full tweet here, and then we'll take a look at the angry responses that Banana Juju got. Once again, she said, it is Men's Mental Health Month. And going on to say, to all the men out there, wherever you are, whatever you are doing right now, take care of yourselves. You guys do not have the same outlets or support like other groups for your problems, and to this day, society still has to do a lot of work when it comes to this. Statistics paint a clear picture here. You guys are taking the constant hits while staying quiet. So grab your loved ones or a friend and tell them what you have on your mind or what kind of problems you might go through. There's nothing weak about that, and it takes the load off your shoulders. I always have to remind my hubby about that. I am thinking of all you hard workers, / family men, / strong supports for our female craziness and backbones of society. Take care. I'm thinking of you and I love you guys. And closing with the cute art. Hopping over to the quote tweets, we can see this response right near the top that says, babe, a new based VTuber grift just dropped. Banana Juju would actually respond saying, what are you even talking about? The OP responding back saying, I thought June was all about pretending to care about gay people, but I guess that's out of fashion now. And then trying to act like they're memeing or something, but I mean, they don't seem like they're like memeing around. They seem like they're serious about like getting mad at this or something. He then goes on to include 4 screenshots of various other female VTubers who have made tweets supporting Men's Mental Health Month. And I'm just so confused at what this guy's trying to do here, because like he's trying to make the argument that these VTubers don't actually care about Men's Mental Health Month. And like they're like ditching Pride Month to like suddenly support Men's Mental Health Month, but to actually like back that argument up, you would need to show where they had previously been supporting Pride Month allegedly for years and now ditched it and aren't saying anything about it to instead just tweet about Men's Mental Health Month or something. And that's not what these screenshots show. It's just showing them supporting Men's Mental Health Month. And again, originally was calling out Banana Juju. Now you're involving like multiple other people who are not even Banana Juju. This whole thing is so stupid. It's hard to even comment on it because it's like, bro, what are you even doing here? It's just like inventing something up in your mind to get mad at, basically. I'm not familiar with every VTuber in the screenshots, but there are Kitsu and Rosie Belmu, both of who I am familiar with, and they are awesome. Sucks to see them getting wrapped into this nonsense. But Kitsu actually fires right back, tells the guy to shut the frick up. Gets brought into this, tells the guy to shut the frick up. Let's go, Kitsu. And for the record, Kitsu has gotten hate before for standing up for men. She's literally had this frickin' weirdo trying to like dox her and everything. Made a video about that a few weeks ago. But let's hop back over to that tweet from Auntie, because there is a second example. That being this one that says, is there a point to this month's theme other than women just collecting sympathy points? How is Banana Juju getting sympathy points for that tweet? Again, I don't understand what I don't understand what this person's saying, man. I'm so confused reading these tweets from these people. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, they're not backing up the stuff they say. Like, the stuff that they're saying doesn't apply to what they're responding to. It's the weirdest thing. Like, if we go back to Banana Juju's tweet, where at all is she trying to get sympathy for herself here? It just doesn't make sense. Now, maybe my opinion coming up is going to get a little controversial in a second. Let me give you the context. We got this response that says, why are you going on such an anti-men's mental health tirade, dude? Looney Lenny saying, because this month accomplishes nothing. It changes nothing. Okay, so here's my controversial take, all right? I'm not convinced that this month is really going to change that much, if anything at all, for men's mental health. I mean, realistically, it's just probably going to be another month. It'll come and it'll go just like the rest. But that said, there's nothing wrong with women showing support for men. As a matter of fact, I think it's pretty cool that they're doing that. And getting mad at them for doing that is just bizarre to me. I don't understand it. Yeah, I guess that's the take. Maybe controversial, maybe not. But let me know what you think. By the way, guys, it is actually literally, guys, it's literally Rosie's birthday right now. So happy birthday to Rosie. By the time you watch this video, I don't know if she will still be live, but I will link her channel in the description of, actually in the pinned comment of this video. That's even better. Pinned comment of this video. And also Kitsu, because like I said, I'm familiar with both of them. They're both really cool. Let's also talk about the bros real quick. Okay, bros. Like, while I think maybe probably nothing changes this month, it is still cool to see women supporting men, but also men supporting men. So shouts out to the bros out there. Appreciate you guys. Now, on the topic of authenticity, like some of those people were getting mad at these VTubers for, you know, saying that they're just like grifting or whatever and talking about men's mental health. That takes us to Rainbow Six Siege. Let's talk about this really quick. And authenticity, right? Because they had said on June 1st, just 2 days ago, it's okay to take off the mask. Strength and vulnerability are not mutually exclusive. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. We'd like to encourage you to reach out to your friends, ask them how they're doing, pick up a game together, look out for one another. You matter. A lot of people were talking about this because previously Rainbow Six Siege was not actually talking about, by the way, owned by Ubisoft. Forgot to mention that very important thing. So Ubisoft, in other words, is over here on their Rainbow Six Siege account talking about men's mental health. Now, as I was saying a moment ago, this was a divergence from prior years where they never said anything about Men's Mental Health Month and were in fact talking about Pride Month. Now, some people were saying that they have now ditched Pride Month to talk about Men's Mental Health Month. And so now together we'll play a game called Search Twitter. Doing a search from Rainbow Six game for Pride Month. We can see last year they made a tweet about Pride Month, but it was actually made on June 24th. Before that, a tweet on July 21st, 2023, talking about Happy Disability Pride Month. And that was it. So yeah, it is interesting. This account has been around since 2011, as you can see right here, 2011. And they weren't making Pride Month tweets every year or even close to it. Hey, why isn't this pausing? There we go. But at the very least, they did make one last year, but it did come out on June 24th, so way later in the month. This, of course, meaning that perhaps they will actually tweet about Pride Month this year, and they're just waiting until later in the month for some reason, or at some point that hasn't occurred yet. Regardless, they have never tweeted about Men's Mental Health Awareness Month from what I've seen looking into that. This is the first time they have. So I can totally understand questioning authenticity when it comes to, for example, a corporation like this. And like now that they're suddenly talking about Men's Mental Health Month, it's like, huh. And the same thing could apply to a person too. But again, like the people getting all mad at the VTubers in this video, they didn't make a strong argument at all. And it seems like at least the VTubers I'm familiar with, they're like genuine about their care. And they're not like doing some sort of fake virtue signal or whatever. But now, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of curious about this video. Like, should we watch this really quick? Let's do it, guys. It's 59 seconds long. Let's see how this, see what they want to tell us about Pride Month in 2024, and then we'll see like if they really ditched all this for 2025. Just keep that in mind, how this may have aged.
I'm probably one of the more open queer Siege content creators. It's pretty hard not to know that I'm LGBT. I sort of flaunt it as part of, being proud, but also, I want there to be a safe place that people feel they can come into Siege. And then they see this, lesbian woman playing, and she's very out, she's very proud, and she doesn't let anyone sort of, get under her skin. So I want people to see that and normalize it. And I think normalization in the gaming community as a whole is really, really important. So for me,
so Ubisoft really might be like all on board with normalizing this stuff a year ago, and then like a year later they're like, yeah, nah, we're actually done. like that was short-lived, if so. I mean, they were probably supporting this stuff for more than a year, but you know what I mean.
It's kind of, this is who I am anyway. I'm very open book, but also I know underneath all of that, I can feel that there's a representation needed, and I kind of need to fill that gap a little bit sometimes, yeah.
And let me also rephrase, like, we know Ubisoft has been doing whatever they can to pad their ESG metrics for quite a long time now. It's just funny laughing at how fake rainbow capitalism is, and I always find it amusing when companies try to virtue signal like that, which for the record, I'm not convinced they actually care about men's mental health either. To me, it's just another virtue signal, just a different sort. That said, it is amusing. It's interesting that there's apparently this shift occurring. But now let's take a look at this button right here, guys. Do you know what this is? This is the button to see hidden tweets, meaning that there's actually some tweets they don't want us to see here. Well, I know what I gotta do now. It's Men's Mental Health Month, by the way, not Pride Month. They got noticed enough, hidden. I'm sorry, but how exactly is this going to fix problems we keep having while trying to play Hidden. There's no twinks for me to smash in this game. I thought y'all were inclusive. Hidden. Wait, what? What? Hold on a second. What? Just funny, on a tweet about representation, like a Pride Month tweet, they hid that one. They're like, no, hold on. That's too far, though. And we'll end with this. Just for the heck of it, I went over to Blue Sky to take a look and see what they were saying about Men's Mental Health Month. This popped up instantly as one of the most liked tweets about Men's Mental Health Month over there on Blue Sky. And then, like, I see Kaiser Neko in the responses. I'm like, dude, whatever. Whenever I go to Blue Sky, I'm not even looking for these VAs. And these like VAs or VA associates, this clique of people always pop up. I just can't. I can never escape it, man. Turns out this guy's a VA too, apparently. Look at that. So even when we're not talking about voice actors, we still end up getting the VA Blue Sky clique here. Freaking crazy stuff. But he says, supporting LGBT rights and experiences is supporting men's mental health. Men's mental health takes a drastic toll when same-sex attraction, vulnerability, gender expression, and masculinity being a spectrum are not only scoffed at, but stifled their entire lives. A healthy man is a free man. But is this not like selective? Like it seems like this person is selectively leaving out certain demographics of men and only showing support towards LGBT men, right? Like I guess only certain demographics matter to them or something. I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Have a great month. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I think I got the whole thing right that time. And consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed my coverage. Appreciate ya, and I'll see you in the next one.